All right, guys, here we are to talk about Season 3, Episode 11 of iZombie.
Hello.
So it did pick up exactly where the last episode ended.
Yeah, I was very happy about
as
that.
I wanted.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
good.
And either had to do that or to give like a flashback as Robbie's life flashes before his eyes as a young lad playing cricket, whatever the fuck.
Oh, you know it. This was a good episode.
This was yeah.
There were a couple of things that I was like, what the fuck?
This a good episode?
Like, where did Blaine get tear gas or smoke grenade or whatever the hell he
I
dropped
don't know.
in? I was like, what the hell?
It was still okay. I don't know. Blaine's badass. Blaine goes in there, does Blaine stuff. Blaine would have been totally shot in the face if he had not somehow known that the gun he didn't know.
Yeah. No,
it's crazy.
There was no way of knowing that the guy used all the bullets. He didn't even like play something like, did you fire 7 or did you fire 8?
Yeah,
Make
no.
my day. Or like, there was no puns.
You're just
there was
lucky
no nothing.
or
It was
whatever.
just lucky to be alive.
But
For a bunch of zombie haters, though, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like none of them shot for the head. Like they all.
You would think.
were like
well,
chest shot, chest shot, chest shot.
do they even know? I hope they know. I don't know.
They definitely know.
You would think that you'd have to know. They haven't. Have they dropped that line in though? Do we know that they know?
Well, he said, "I got one for you, right in the head." Like
right in the head.
when he was shooting the zombie targets, he was aiming for the head, wasn't he?
Okay. I'll buy that then.
Yeah, buy that
The head's
for
a good
$1.
spot to aim for, I think. Anyway, like
True.
you want, like in self-defense class, they would tell you to like aim for center mass or whatever the hell. But if
Yeah.
you're like in a room with someone, and you want
Much
to-
like
and they don't
any
see
way
you
of
shooting at
killing
them.
a supernatural or monster type thing, most of those ways kill anything.
well,
Put a stake right through its heart. That'll kill a vampire and anything.
and I'll kill anything else with a heart. No, that was always my thing as a like young child. I was always like, well, you'd want to go for the head anyway because that's where all of the sensory organs are.
Just cut the head right off.
Well, because even if it doesn't die, you've still like destroyed its like eyes and ears
Yeah.
maybe, or damaged them or something. That's
Sure.
a good step in the right direction.
I would wager to say, yeah, I'll put a shot in the head.
I love that the plan was somehow involved Liv at like the super tiny window. So she was
Yeah.
like reaching. She was doing like the prison scene where like you grab and like pull. But it was
Exactly.
just through like a tiny window like this big. So I had to do the thing or whatever. I thought that was fun.
You didn't order a pizza or something, did you? No.
No.
Yeah, definitely. We thought there was more to that photographer than
Oh,
met
and there
the
so
eye.
is.
And yeah, she's a reporter.
I was gonna say, do you want to just jump to that? Just talk
Yeah.
all about that. Yeah, let's fuck this place with the Liv and Rob, and we'll come back to them later.
No, it's nice to have things actually pay off the way you think they're going to. And
Yeah, well-
her eyes told a story that she was not who she said she was, and that's true.
Her eyes told a story. Well, it was weird, right? Because she was like, "Oh, this guy had, like, I have information. I used to work for the CDC." And then she's like, "Hi, like, can I give you a ride? Like, let me,
Yeah.
come up to you." And that was from like a mile away. It's like, "What's going on here?" or something like that.
Loved so
And,
much when he went to kiss her, and she was like, and he's like, shit.
The failed kiss. No, and like, I like him a lot because his character, like reactions like that are like awesome because that's the reaction. That's not like a Michael Cera or like a weird like, oh no, I'm sorry. That's like,
Yeah.
fuck, like not again. Oh god, it's fucking shit. This keeps happening. Fuck.
What's that? That's my roommate's sex fort.
That's my roommate's sex fort. I'm sorry, the Chaos Killer's sex fort is right over there. What?
Yeah.
I like all that stuff stacking up and layering up and all that stuff. We were like thinking about Shauna being something specific or whatever, and there's some stuff with that here. But yeah, Rachel is literally a like reporter, literally investigating zombies, literally using Ravi. It's great.
Yeah. Well, and we know the basis of Major's pen pal of freakiness that she had a blog spot or whatever the fuck it is, and she's
Selling T-shirts.
Yeah, that I thought was weird and kind of funny.
Is she selling T-shirts?
I had to believe it was
that
her.
clear? It had to be her, right? Anyone?
But I don't know if she was selling them
Anyone-
before or she started selling them after he broke up with her.
I think that's.
Was she like, fuck you then? I'm
That's-
going to sell Killer Abs t-shirts.
Is that too nuanced? I don't even know. I would like that better, but no, like they didn't make it clear that it was her selling the T-shirts, right?
No.
And it's obviously not him.
Yeah.
But anyone could have gotten that image off of her Tumblr.
True.
So I don't even know if this is like when you and I sell like a Star Wars shirt. Is this just some weird fucking shirt selling enterprise? I don't
Yeah.
know where they're gonna go with that.
I wonder, and the news kind of ran with that he's profiting off it. Wouldn't it be easy to tell if he's
Immediately.
actually profiting off it? And
I
it's not
don't
like the
know.
first time someone's made a shirt off of a tragedy and like made money off of stuff.
Sure.
So like I don't know why you'd naturally assume it was him.
Yeah, I mean, I would like, that's a better headline. That's certainly like a more
Oh
salacious
yeah,
story.
a better headline than get you lawsuited for not
Can
properly
it?
checking it
Is
out.
that liable? How does that work?
100%, yeah.
You're saying someone's doing something.
Yeah, that they're
Not
not
saying
doing.
not saying they're breaking the law or something like that.
I believe it is directly against the law to profit from a crime you commit.
Well, someone said that during this episode too.
Yep, someone else read a book
Just
of
killer abs.
crimes.
He just has good abs. What do you mean? I could argue that in court.
Well, you can argue anything. It's if you win is the
Those
question.
abs are some killer
especially in
abs.
Seattle, a place where this man is a noted criminal.
Yeah.
I don't think any judge is on his side.
All the judges are zombies.
Probably one. And what are the odds he'll
Probably
get that
one.
one judge?
One
Probably
on
not
one.
good. Probably not good.
But you could tell when he was when Ravi started telling Rachel everything about the zombies, I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
That really sucked that he told her all that stuff. It makes no sense.
Sure.
And he's paying for it. At the end of the episode is him grabbing the newspaper and being like, oh fuck.
Because what is even... Where do you go? Where do you go from here?
Where do you go?
Because you're outed, and granted by a newspaper that may be not super reputable, but at the end of the day, the more people that know your secret, the worse. And the biggest conspiracy nut group of rednecks is kind of gone now, but there's a whole other can of worms still in the wings here. Major's still going on missions, even though he's a human.
That was one of my favorite things. He's like, live? And I'm like, Major? What the fuck are you doing here? With a gun and a helmet like you're a fucking
well,
dude.
They don't know he's not a zombie. Except for his buddy.
Except for several people that care about him. No one knows he's not a zombie.
Well,
on these missions.
in fairness, we have humans every day in the military.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not out of the question that a person could do these jobs he's doing. But
I maintain that a zombie paramilitary clandestine organization would be engaging in behavior
little different
both
than
officially and at the end they do the Finnegan's Wake fucking thing again where somehow they do crazy Irish dancing or whatever again. Says it's happened twice, right?
no matter who dies.
What?
No matter who dies.
Yeah, they fucking. Wait, were they all just Irish people? Was that just like an accident? What was this guy's name? I don't know. Combs, I thought.
Yeah.
Something else. Strange.
Sean Puffy Combs.
Sean Puffy Combs. No, I don't. I don't know if it's a funeral and they all happen to be Irish, but I feel like this is the second time there's been weird fucking music and a weird fucking funeral, fake party scene or whatever the fuck. But yeah. I was totally anticipating something to happen to Major at that fucking, or someone to make like a killer abs joke and he gets stabbed or something happens to him or some fucking thing.
Yeah.
Something fucking crazy or whatever. And I was like, oh God, Major, you're such an idiot.
How do you think stuff like that works out? If you were like a super bodybuilder dude, right? And then you just got bit by a zombie.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to work out again? Is your body stuck the way it is?
Bigger muscles. No,
You know what I mean?
nothing about anything makes sense because the way your body makes muscles, you'd have to heal, and I don't know. I guess that can still happen, but that process has probably changed now. And if you get stronger from being a zombie without getting muscles, then what do muscles even do? I don't know. I don't know, man.
See, it doesn't change the muscles. It changes the ligament attachments.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Just a dumb thing like that, I'd be like, perfect. The best.
What else happens in this episode? So Major tells off his freak when he finds out about the blog. She's like,
that feel
it was
weird
for
to
you. It wasn't for me. I was trying to let people to know that you're a real person and you're good and you're blah, blah, blah. And
so even that's weird, right?
Everything about it's weird. How instantaneous this relationship started to how quickly it ended. How it just, he's like, oh,
I can't see you anymore.
I can't see you anymore.
And you're like, why?
Major, you got nothing going on.
Major, you got nothing going for you here. You're fucking human. In love with a zombie, even though we don't mention that. No, I don't. It felt really weird. Like, her reasoning felt weird, but weird enough that I was like, okay, that's a reason. But then his response was as if she said something different than she said. As if she said something like, well, hey, or something. Like, was something supposed to tip us as the audience off? Was like the title of the blog something more general, or was the blog just dedicated to him? And either way,
Didn't catch either
could
of
that
those.
be an explanation?
All I know is it felt very weird, and then her response was really weird. Hope you have a time machine.
Good luck finding a time
Like,
machine.
what the fuck?
Because he wants to go back to a time before. Because she's like, we should go dancing, and he's like, I don't really leave the house. Everyone thinks I'm the chaos killer.
Yeah.
I am, but like not in the way they think. And then she's like, oh, let's go anyway. And he's like, you have a blog, I can't see you anymore.
Yeah, it's very strange.
The strangest part to me is that okay, I hope she didn't do the T-shirt thing until after they broke up, because that, that makes sense as like a weird like revenge thing. Because if not, if she was doing that the whole time, she couldn't have been, because he would have found out, and they could have easily used that because that's a reason to break up. What the fuck? You making T-shirts out of me?
But how did she so quickly make T-shirts anyway? It's like that
That's why it
night,
doesn't make
and
sense.
somehow a guy from his unit bought one. Like, how would? What is our marketing team? It's amazing.
So from
like thought to sale in like one day
of
any product is pretty impressive.
She must have had that high-res CMKY file ready to go, ready to hit the button on like the printer. No,
it printed in black and white though.
Well, you still want the
K's and the C's.
File still has to be per spec or whatever. No, I'm just joking because we've done printing stuff, and you have to save the file a certain way and do the preview print, and then you usually get one, and it takes time to get there, and then they make like all the rest of them or whatever the fuck. It's a whole fucking process.
Yeah, maybe her job
That's
was screen printer in general, and she was able to do it really quick.
I'm going to show him. I'm going to make these T-shirts.
It's very weird, though, because she's in the T-shirt, too, isn't she? Isn't she, like, hugged up against him?
It's that one same selfie that she, like, just took.
Killer abs.
Killer abs.
And who's buying that shirt? Like, it's such a weird shirt to buy that you would sell, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, imagine it had, like, Jeffrey Dahmer on it, and then some other, like witty saying. Would we buy that? I think we would.
Somebody might.
Someone might.
Like,
was it a hot topic?
That's my point, though. It's like somebody might buy it. And I guess you're in Seattle, where he is popular, but he's not that popular.
It's like buying a Chupacabra T-shirt in Mexico.
Like, the idea that the news reporter lady knew him, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I'm like, if you had a random person who was a mass murderer in this area, I may have seen the picture. I certainly wouldn't recognize him a few weeks later.
Yeah, I mean, we don't watch the news or whatever is one of our major problems. Major problems. That should be the name of one of these episodes. But like, yeah, no, we definitely don't know stuff like that.
No.
And like earlier on this show, he's at like a coffee shop, and it's like, is that him? Is that him? And weird shit, where it's supposed to be this thing, like he can't live, he can't go anywhere, because everyone thinks he's the kid. My picture was in the paper, and I'm like, the paper comes out every day, dog. Why does anyone give a shit about the Chaos Killer who was not put in jail, and was he exonerated? Was there a technicality?
Well, he didn't actually kill anybody.
There's that,
they
right?
They were all just kidnapped, and they all went home to their families.
And no one said,
none of them
like,
pressed charges because he saved their lives.
Sure.
So I don't know what he's actually charged with or why they care.
So there's a horrible misunderstanding. There were pictures, and like below it said like serial killer Major Lillywhite. But since then, it's turned out to be not that.
Yeah.
But the whole anyway, Seattle might be a very different place than what we're used to.
Yeah, it's rainier.
Rains. They care about serial killers.
Kevorkian.
It's the whole thing. Just keep stacking up. Odds are not in your favor.
What else happens this episode? Oh, you know what was cool? So the rednecks have their house, and in the backyard they have an outhouse, and the outhouse is like a fake entrance to get into his underground bunker, which is pretty cool. Which we find out leader redneck has been scratched or bitten or whatever, and he is a zombie. So
they didn't show his fucking face. You were like, I bet something's going on with that. And then she has a vision, and she knows that Harley knew that the truck. Well, that was earlier. Harley knew that the truck was the vision bugged. Lured them there. It blew up. But then Liv and him went there. Liv and Clive go there later. They go in the basement, and he's in there. He's like, they're not showing his face. So you're like, oh, God, I bet he's a zombie, because why else would they not show his face?
There's no reason for his face to be that dark, ever.
He gets shot.
And then she has a vision, and that vision shows that he was outside the house when those two people got shot.
And he said, like, wait, no, this is where the zombies live. And then this shit was very convenient. All this shit happened in there.
I could have sworn, and maybe I'm wrong, because I have memories that sometimes are not right.
Make them up.
I could have sworn that family was killed in an apartment building. I didn't think it was a house for some reason. So when they flushed out the house, I was like, wait a minute, am I just remembering this wrong?
Oh, they lived in an apartment when they were next to Clive, but then I think they moved out somewhere else. But we didn't. Well, yeah. Well, they moved in with like her brother, but I don't think we even really saw how that house was like arranged.
I thought when they went to see the body, it was in an apartment, but maybe I'm just thinking of back when they lived across the street from Clive.
I don't remember an exterior. I just remember Clive walking from the one room down the hall to where the kids' room is and being like, "It's bad. Don't go in there. I'm so upset."
And he was.
So Clive has shot him, but then at the end he starts gurgling, and like he's a
Yep.
zombie, and there's gonna be some shit. So, do you think he's been a zombie all along?
No.
Oh.
I
When-
think during that fight he became a zombie.
Oh. Who do you think scratched him? Did they show
Uh,
anybody scratching him?
Maybe it was Blaine when he shoved him in that locker room.
Okay.
I didn't say I like who scratched him when.
Yeah.
It may never have actually happened on camera because that's
Oh.
this show's style, I feel.
I didn't notice him being scratched, so I was shocked to see that he was a zombie. And I always try to pick the most interesting outcome whenever anything happens. So I love when somebody like, oh, you've been possessed since the first incident. Oh shit, you've been a vampire for the
I don't
How
think
long
so.
have you been replaced with your twin brother? Oh, like all that stuff. I love
Because
that.
I don't think he would even. I think everyone got their heartbeats checked
Did
in those
they?
meetings. I don't think anyone
Okay.
was above reproach.
I figured as like the Grand Poobah, or like Wade's the Grand Poobah. He's the sub Poobah. Maybe he
Uh-huh.
would not have needed to have his stays because he'd be like,
Nah, you got to check
I'm on
everybody.
board.
Solidarity.
I don't see him like tanning either or whatever.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Then we
So
have
probably just
the
that
Hicks
bullshit.
also have a cabin. The cabin is going to get investigated by Major's unit. He gets a text just in time that lets him know that they know the bug was in the truck and that they wanted you to go to this cabin. And two of the people don't report, and surprise, surprise, they die. That was just a pretty obvious statement. I liked the pieces of them flying over the edge.
Yeah.
It was cool.
No, that was cool. We see Liv with various visions this time. We see like the edges of the thing or whatever, like eyeball edges that you don't see when you see things.
Yeah.
But it shows that it's a vision. Liv had a paranoid brain. She was
Yep. A
Being-
conspiracy theorist.
being a creep, talking about the Illuminati.
What was weird to me though is and I guess you get the ideas from them, but you're still a little bit you because all the conspiracies they were toting did not seem like anything the redneck would have been about. Like
Right.
Tupac being alive and Biggie's twin brothers who actually killed people.
I've
and
been
he's still
saving
alive.
that. That was my favorite part because all three of them eat the same brain.
Yeah.
Okay, take a step back. My two favorite parts is when
Uh-huh.
they're like like eating the brain, and then Liv comes in like Liv, come
Papa
on,
Squat!
yeah, and it becomes this thing. But there's just like an actor laying there with a head thing, and they're just
Yeah.
like oh yeah, no, yeah, and like they're like shooting the shit, and it was very casual. And then like it feels funny and weird, but then Ravi walks in and it's kind of like, oh god, I'll be in the car, and they're like, what? Oh yeah, well, I guess this is kind of.
I liked the soldier who reminded me of like an Amish guy who like wouldn't buy alcohol but would take some. He's like, you want some of this brain? I wouldn't turn it away.
Oh,
Just
is that
throws
bad?
it, pops it in.
Yeah, they're like throwing chunks. It doesn't get fresher than this. Like they're cracking crab legs almost. They're eating this fucking thing.
It's
where
more or
you're
less
like,
what they're doing.
like this should be grotesque, but it feels fine here. But then since they all had the same brain, right? The episode plays up this thing of putting them in the same situations and all
Yeah.
that shit. I really liked because the Tupac thing was even a callback to like 2 or 3 episodes ago when like the dumb drug dealer bum kid is
Yes.
all like, you know who I think's a zombie? Tupac or whatever. I was like, don't be an idiot. Christina Ricci's a zombie and all that stuff. And now we've
Tom Cruise.
we've come full we've come full circle.
Did
We
you
called
think they
back
became
Tupac.
too chummy? I understand they're all in the same brain and whatnot, but like it seemed.
Well, that's what the show. Well, okay. Yes, I guess for real life, because don't they have serious histories
They
with one
aside
another?
from serious history, just like I don't think they were on this level, even a day ago. I don't know
Yeah.
why today they're so willing to. We fought together and we shared a brain, so now we're buddies.
I think that the show is turning, and we have to get all these guys as like the good guys.
I
think
guess.
I think Blaine is Spike.
Mm.
I think everything's
Yeah.
flipping over, and I think now the film, Chase Graves or whatever is going to be like your bad dude with like the abs and all that stuff,
Uh-huh.
and like everything has to reorganize itself as like a fight. Because even now he's still in like the brain business or whatever. He's still like a bad person. He's still doing all that stuff. But yeah, they're all like, hey, what's up? Oh, call Blaine. Okay, whatever, and all that stuff. And like they play off like the life altering horrible things that these people have done to each other like it's a weird little grudge.
Yeah.
Like Ravi's like, can I poke him with the thing or whatever? Let me do it. Like it's
Yeah.
this weird like
Even though, he killed her
Yeah.
boyfriend. and-
fucking like did like actual horrible things.
yeah.
It's great.
Water under the bridge.
I like it though, because this was episode 11, so we only have 12 and 13,
Yeah,
right?
two more episodes.
So like this is like like we have to start structuring things leading into this, and it makes it
Something
clear
has
like
to
what's
happen.
happening. Well, because you can't just have them keep being like, Blaine, don't do that. I'm not doing it. I really am though. Like you can't just have that
There's
happening.
a lot in the wings for two
Yeah.
episodes left. Like Fillmore Graves, of course, there has to be some sort of big twist where you find out, like who killed
that
this,
the
who
obvious
did that.
bad people are obviously bad.
Exactly, and then who's in control of that little girl who's got the brain that Peyton took to the lockbox and
Yeah.
now has the information of who killed the people for real? Is it all related? Is this all one thing? Is Fillmore Graves the person doing all of this?
A Fillmore Gravesian person came over, like with those guns.
Yeah.
That Clive had tested, that like because Liv brought them in there or whatever the fuck, and they were actually the weapons used in the assassination attempt on the on like the mayor.
Yes.
So I think,
But they could have planted that. So
I'm saying that they planted that because the Fillmore Graves guy gave it to them. So
Sure.
like the chain of custody is very much like or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. So I think that like Fillmore Graves is kind of doing all that stuff.
because a trained sniper could shoot at the candidate they want to win, and of course not kill him, knowing he's a zombie.
Ooh.
And then use that same gun to kill other things, so that it makes it look like it's just a thing. Maybe that guy could have found out something, and they're like, "Oh, kill him, kill his whole family."
I was gonna say that's a whole angle out of that. I didn't even because I was thinking that that they were, but I guess they would have been able to kill him if they were trying to. Okay, so it must have been like because doesn't he say, this will help him in the polls or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a whole plan. I don't understand how the daughter fills in, or if she was turned a zombie for blackmail purposes, or if she was already a zombie. The daughter of Weckler,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
I don't know. Mostly because she's not really been that prominent yet. I don't think there's a way to have known who she is or what her function could exactly be yet. It'll be a little twist moment later, I'm sure.
There's gonna be something going on though.
Mm-hmm.
We got what's his name. So what was on that dominatrix tape that they had to destroy?
Nothing. It just showed him that the murder was committed by the person we thought committed it. But being on the phone, you could see his strings were being pulled by someone else.
No, that's what I mean. But like why did that person need that tape to be like? Oh no.
Well, I think in general you got to pull the
Didn't
tapes.
So Weckler went there to get the tape in the first place, right?
Uh-huh.
Was that his actual mission? He didn't just take the tape because it showed him, him killing that person, right? He went there for the tape,
I guess.
the card, whatever, right? That makes sense.
Well, they found a lot of other stuff already. No, it was all through her memories.
No. I just mean like whoever's pulling
His strings.
in this
Has their
episode.
own problems.
In this episode, like he's on the phone. He's like, things didn't go so smooth. And then he kind of says something else and he goes, okay, yeah. And then he, like you see him go to like pull the memory card or whatever the fuck. So you might think, well, he's just pulling the memory card to cover up his own crime right there, and that's the whole thing or whatever the fuck. But I think he only went there in the first place to get the memory card in the first place anyway. So I think the only part that didn't go smooth was that she was there and he had to kill her on the way to get the thing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So he kept that thing in this safe deposit box instead of like destroying it. So whoever's pulling the strings wants something on there. Now we know the mayor's on there among other people or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So if could it be as simple as Fillmore Graves just wants leverage on the mayor and is storing this thing? Is that the end of the story?
It could be. Or some convoluted thing that they'll add later.
Or some extra stuff that we don't know, right? But based on what we know,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the leading theory.
Sure.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Any buttons?
Trying to think here. We got the outhouse. We got the stuff. Zombie mail. Oh, they mentioned the like well-fed thing. I was like, yes. Well, because she's well-fed.
If you were gonna make an outhouse door thing, it would have been a lot better just to like make it like a little 4-inch drop. That's painted black, so the seat could lift up and someone could actually take a piss or shit in there.
Very funny, yeah. To have it not be to just have it
Anything.
open and just have like the plank of wood just keep going the whole way. Yeah, like just assuming that no one would ever do that. And when she opens the door, she even says, "Yeah, it doesn't stink," because you would think that it would stink.
Yeah, should have taken a shit in there.
Should have shit up that outhouse immediately. There was something else, I think so. We talked about Major still working with them. We talked about sharing the brain. Zombies are real on the front page. So we even talked about Tom Cruise, who I believe may in fact be a zombie.
Sure.
Or some sort of supernatural creature. I think
At least an idiot.
drinks the blood of young babies or something like that.
Yeah. All right, so that's everything that happened in this episode. We got 2 episodes left. Let us know in the comments below what you think is going to happen. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.